secret treasure!
Eradicate all Eggman robots.
Hey, hold up! Now I get it. Now I know what this is all about. You're mad at Eggman for sealing you in this room. And you can't remember anything, can you? Then it's settled. Now you two make up so we can start looking for Eggman together. Oh yeah, baby, this makes us a team. You two ready?
Warning. Immediate destruction if distracted.
Hope you can keep up with me.
Oh, it's once again this time of year. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sonic Heroes. For the final time. For the final time. My goodness, that was quite the voice crack. So, this is Team Dark. Hastily concocted, as you saw in that very brief cutscene, of Rouge the Bat, Shadow the Hedgehog, who's a weird dark clone of Sonic, and Omega the Robot, who is kind of your power type. I didn't mention that Rouge is the fly type, but she's a bat, so that should have been implicit. That's the thing you'll notice. So Shadow can do... When I say that Shadow is a clone of Sonic, I mean that both plot-wise and gameplay-wise. He handles precisely the same, so he can do blur. Let's try that again. He can do Blue Tornado, as Sonic could, and he can also do Light Dash, the thing where you follow along a trail of rings. Only him and Sonic can do that because they are identical. I'm going to get a third level up with Rouge, which makes Thundershot wonderful. So, Team Dark. Well, no, let's go back to basics. For those who haven't watched any of the other series... Oh, there we go.
Chaos Inferno, press the Z button when the gauge displayed at the top right corner of the screen is full. Once activated, you can immobilize the enemies, but only for the amount of energy in the gauge.
So, ignoring what Shadow said there, well, I mean, you'll have heard it, but I'll talk more about that a little bit later. So, you have three types. You have a fly type, you have a speed type, and a power type. Speed types move quickly and attack by doing homing attack, which is that, which kind of zooms into enemies. You can also press X to do Black Tornado, I guess it's called. And you can follow along trails of rings with X. Omega is the power type, so if you hit X, he will attack in a 3-step attack. We'll go Annihilate, Charge, or not. It actually says Annihilation, apparently. I always thought it was just Annihilate, because I'm always hammering X, so it's just here. So anyway, I've always just thought it was Annihilate. If you hit X in midair with power type, you launch allies at enemies, and you can hold A to do Triangle Dive. Finally, you have your fly type. Your fly type can obviously fly. See the meter underneath her face controls how much you fly. She also presses X to use Thundershoot, which launches... Oh! That is unfortunate. Well, at least that does a bit of gameplay explanation for me. If you die, you lose any levels you had, and you end up back at the last checkpoint you got. Levels are underneath each character, or next to their portrait. You will notice there's 3 points, like 3 lights that are currently not lit up. As characters level up, they get better at doing their thing. And I'll talk more about that when I have a chance to show it up. We did just have them fully leveled up, but we no longer do because we died. That is a risk. So, those who've also watched the series so far will know that each team has a thing. Sonic Team is the normal way of playing the game. Team Rose is the easy way of playing it. That's a weird frame drop. Or was I just moving really slowly? Hard to tell. Team Rose was easy. Team Chaotix had weird missions. Team Dark's thing is they are hard. There are more enemies and levels are as long as they possibly can be. Because one of the things that made Team Rose easy as well was that the levels were physically shorter. And they were normal length in Team Sonic. And they were kind of variable generally in Team Chaotix depending on what the mission was. Team Dark has the longest possible missions, so there are a lot of parts of each level, well not a lot, but there are significant portions of each level which are unique to Team Dark's version of it. So These episodes will probably be a little longer because I'm still planning on doing this 3 levels in a world, 2 levels and a boss. I'm still planning on doing 1 world every episode, so they will take as long as they take. You know me, I air this as a in-between project rest thing. Though this is the first time actually that I'm recording this not in between projects. Because basically, so I'm still recording Mass Effect quite early. No, not early on, I'm on episode... Okay, right. So, I'm literally just right now uploading episode... Use your words, Doctor. 19 of Mass Effect. I think it's going to be like 50 to 60 episodes, though you will know at this point that obviously I won't. So it is April the 12th, 2018. Hopefully I don't have to specify a year, but you know, just in case. So I'm in an unusual situation where I've managed to record really far ahead on Mass Effect. So even though episode 19 has just gone up, I've recorded as far as episode 26. So I got a bit of free recording time, and I was sitting around tonight, I was like, you know what I haven't played in a while? Sonic Heroes. And I was literally just going to play Sonic Heroes, and I was like, well, you know, I might as well record it at this stage. So here we are, recording this a long time before I'm planning to put it up, because this will buy me some time while I plan my next series, which I don't know if I'll have revealed yet.
Just watch this.
Well, if I haven't, here we go, it's Darksiders, which is a great game, I'm looking forward to doing it. And also it coincides with a game that either is coming out soon or has just come out, which will be Darksiders 3. As of now, it only has a very tentative release date of autumn, so who knows? But by the time this airs, we may have a much more solid one. So, everyone's now 3rd level, which is great. That means Shadow now automatically does Black Tornado, or whatever the fuck it's called. He does that automatically whenever he attacks. You will notice that Omega now does a 3-step attack where he goes Annihilate, Charge, Fire, and the fire part of it actually launches missiles out, which is great. And Rouge's Thunder Shoot is really powerful. Oh, final thing to show off is Team Blast. So Team Blast, you charge it up by just doing anything really, like gathering rings, hitting enemies, stuff like that. That's a key, that may be important. And then when you've got Team Blast charged, you'll see it says Team Blast Z in the top there. What the fuck is Z on an Xbox controller? No idea. So all of the Team Blast will... I don't think the second cart is in other stuff. It might be in Team Sonic, so I can't remember. It's been a while since I did that. I did that one on the bloody GameCube, so that tells you how long ago it was. That's before I got it working on the PC. Wow, no, I always had this working on the PC, but I couldn't record it. That was... Wow, it was a while ago, because that was before I got oh, bloody hell. That was before I got a capture card that could do Shadowplay. So I was still recording PC stuff with Fraps at that point. Fraps and Sonic Heroes hate each other, basically. So what happened was that when you started recording it, the in-game frame rate of Sonic Heroes dropped to about 2 or 3. Okay, I'm exaggerating. It was about 10 frames a second. But that didn't mean that it... What the fuck? Ah, that's weird. Oh, I'll show off Team Blast here.
Chaos control.
So, interesting thing about theirs is while that meter in the top right is still active, which you notice at the moment, everything's frozen. All other enemies will be frozen in time. You can do a lot of damage to bosses this way. Anyway, this is the end ring. I'll finish that story later, I guess. So we finished the mission, we get score for what level our guys were, how much time we finished with, how many rings we had, and stuff like that. See, if we hadn't died, that probably would have been better. But I think we got to the end with a ring, so that gets us a bonus level. Well, we get a medallion, so we get one of those for clearing every level with every character, and they unlock stuff, as do other things. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, I'll explain what I was saying Jesus Christ to in a bit as well. I'm really queuing up the stories to tell. So here, we just need to get to the end of the level. Well, there you go, you see at the bottom now, there is a time limit at the bottom, which drains, but getting these links pushes it up. They also build up a boost meter, as you can see in the top right, and you hold X to use that super boost. And so, one nice thing I learned about this when I was doing it with Team Rose is also... You just automatically run forward on this stuff. Holding forward does absolutely nothing, so you just gotta steer with left and right. For reasons that are still unclear, I call this Toilet Town. The reasons are unclear is because it looked like a sewage system to me. No, what I was going Jesus Christ at was the fact that there was basically no loading time here. So one of the things that's changed since I last recorded Sonic Heroes, well, you know what? I'll finish my first story. As to the thing was, it recorded, it played at 10 frames a second. That didn't mean it was like choppy. It was like, no, it was like 6 times slow-mo. So it was still, essentially, everything was still happening smoothly, just really bloody slowly. So that was, you could speed the footage up and it looked fine, but it was unplayable. So I didn't do it. So I did the first ones on the GameCube, and then I got a graphics card that could do its own recording, and everything went nicely. But since I last recorded this, I have made some upgrades. I finally moved away from Windows 7 to Windows 10. Not that Windows 10 is amazing, but I was changing up hard drives, and I needed to reinstall Windows anyway, and it felt weird to be reinstalling like an ancient version of Windows. So I installed Windows 10. As I said, I was switching hard drives, and we're going to go into another level, so...
Ancient civilization established on the sea.
This place is really beautiful.
Primary target is Eggman. Don't forget it.
I agree with Rouge. This place is beautiful, looks really nice, and has brilliant music. I love this music. Like generally, I really like the soundtrack in this game. Whatever else you say about this garbage game sometimes, its soundtrack is pretty solid. And I do love it, and I love this track particularly. God, he does say Annihilation a lot. But no, one of the things I did, one of the reasons that happened is because I was upgrading my primary system drive to a, not just an SSD, but one of the M.2 NVMe SSDs. That's a lot of words there. So one of those ones that just plugs straight into the motherboard and looks more like RAM than a drive. They're weird, but they're fast as knobs. And so previously, well, I was using an SSD for my system, but it didn't have much space on it, so my games that needed to load quickly were on a decent drive, and games that didn't need to load quickly, like this, were on a fucking garbage drive. They were on a laptop internal drive from a laptop I got in 2011. So not a particularly good hard drive, and I didn't really notice it because the games I put on there were ones like this that just, as far as I was aware, loaded pretty fucking quickly. Oh, no, that's not fair, you bastard, you can't do that. So I guess I'll start showing the footage again from this point. Well, that was a bit of a cock-up on my part. I meant to, like, get back to where I was and then start playing the footage and start, like, commentating again. I say playing the footage, I'm recording all of this. Oh, new thing, triangle dive. Jump at a wall? No, triangle jump. Jump at a wall and you can bounce off it. Only Shadow can do that. Well, only speed types can do that. And I think Amy, the Team Rose one, also can't do it. So, yeah, I now have this on... I had it on a terrible drive, and I have it now on an NVMe drive, and one of the upshots of that is this game now basically, I would go as far as to say, just doesn't have loading time. Because you saw it at the beginning of this level, and at the beginning of Toilet Town, it does like this thing where it spins like the Sonic Heroes logo, which is like where you see the characters' portraits on the right, that's like the logo of the game. It spins that, but it does it for a fraction. Oh dear, things are going to fall on me. Oh no, they're not. But it does it for like a fraction of a second. It just doesn't really have a loading time. And like, I've been so impressed with just how zippy this, like even compared to a normal SSD, these NVMe ones they are something else. You can do like 400 megabytes of write speed. No, 400 megabytes per second. It's something.
Hey, where's the turtle going?
Numerous Eggman robots detected. Prepare attack mode.
And I'm going to take this point as well to talk about the incredibly interesting plot of Team Dark, that they're just all... So Rouge was trying to break into a facility, Eggman was... Not Eggman, Omega was like a security robot there, and there was like a random... Shadow was in like a chew... Oh, I've got to wait for the time to unfreeze to open that thing. Oh no, because I have to fight more enemies. Yeah, Shadow was in some kind of vat, and then they're like, okay, let's be friends and go after Eggman, and like, that was it. Like, obviously, even if you've not watched any more of the series, you should have realized by now, this early into the game, that it's garbage, the plot. I've said the word garbage quite a lot. It sounds very American. Weirdly, I haven't picked it up from Americans, though. I've actually picked it up from Europeans, as in non-native English speakers. My boss is Austrian and calls stuff garbage all the time, as a kind of dismissive insult. I think that's where I've got it from, but now when I hear myself say it, it sounds really American. Ugh, these ones with the shield are a bit annoying to take out, but... Ooh, we've got Team Blast ready. Let's use it on these fuckers. Whoop!
Chaos control.
Ooh, a level up for Rouge. Thank you. I think that's still, yep, that thing still works even though it's frozen. And then there's another level up for Omega, and these guys are frozen. Wonderful. Hehe, suck a dick. I think she's describing Fire Dunk, which is that thing. And the impact of it is more powerful the higher level you are. Also, you'll have noticed Triangle Dive. If you Triangle Dive into a fan, like so, then you can fly around the level. This actually may be not as long as I was thinking, because I was thinking this might be slightly longer than Team Chaotix's ones, because they're like mission-based stuff. But some of those could actually be really long, because you have to basically not just do the level, but fucking scour it, basically. Ooh, another key. Doesn't matter getting 2 keys. So, keys! If you get a key to the end of the level, you get a shot at doing Toilet Town. If you get hit at any point, unless you've got a shield, which we currently have, if we were to get hit once, we lose the shield. Hit again, we would lose our key. And that then stops you from getting it to the end of the level, obviously. If you get it to the end of the level, you get a shot at Toilet Town. There are 2 levels in each world, and then a boss. The first level, Toilet Town, is just for points, but the Toilet Town on the second level, which this is, gets you a shot at a Chaos Emerald. Gather all 7 Chaos Emeralds, and you get some shit. And I'm actually going to have to do that relatively soon, because this is the last story. Because there's 4 stories, and this is the 4th one. No, actually, I still do need to... Oh, this is fun. Handles like ass, but...
Emergency alert. Evacuate immediately.
So I'm running towards the camera. I think I do have to... Oh, ow! Balls! That's not fair. Well, that didn't work in terms of physics. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, steering left and right in this bit is really hard, and you always end up, like, crashing into walls. Maybe you'd have to hold forwards again, but I'm going to do it out of fear, mostly. I want to get in the middle of this part. Oh, no! Oh, no! Towards the middle. There we go. But yeah, I'm going to have to redo Team Sonic at some point, because as I was... Oh, bloody hell. As I was discussing, I've only done Team Sonic on the GameCube version. So I need to do them again at some point here. That's going to be fun. Right, here, you can chip in... Actually, no. I was going to say you can chip in, but I'm going to have recorded that before any of this goes up. I might record myself doing Team Sonic and not actually commentate over it, just have kind of as a brief best-of montage in case it's there. Ooh, 40 emblems collected. You can now play Special Stage in 2-player mode. I will show off 2-player mode at some point. See, look at that. No loading time. It's wonderful. So here we need to catch the Chaos Emeralds. So clever usage of gathering the right amount of links and boosting is needed. As you can see, the links come in certain shapes, which are beneficial to different characters. These ones are better for speed form, then they come in a kind of 4-way pattern, which is better to gather in fly time, and these 3x3s are better to gather in power form. Unfortunately, nothing, at least in these early ones, really just trumps the ability of being able to move fast that the speed type has, so pretty much just stay in your speed form. Wow. So we've got an emerald. We've got all the emeralds except for the ones in the 6th and 7th worlds. I'll go back and get them at some point.
So, you're the ones who are playing games with my army.
Primary target detected. Destroy Dr. Eggman.
You must be Omega. Is that any way to treat your creator? Now witness your master's real power.
So, this is the boss of World 1, the Egghawk. And it's a relatively straightforward... Well, this is the thing. I don't think the bosses are actually any different with Team Dark. I don't think they're any harder or longer. Well, actually, no, some of them are. There are different types of bosses, and I'll explain more about what I mean by that when it's a thing. For now, he's doing the rotary attack. I'm sticking in Power Type, because Power Type can just get good beating on him with Fire Dunk. Probably some of the other ones, so the other 2 types, Speed and Fly, are bloody hell. I want to hold on to a ring, otherwise I'm going to die. That's the other thing, I guess I haven't really talked about that. But if you get hit and you have any rings, you lose your rings. If you get hit and you have no rings, then you die. Oh my goodness. In one of these boxes, it'll level up. It's a Power Type level up. I'll take that, and we're close enough to a Team Blast. This guy, so Team Dark's Team Blast is very effective. Oh, bloody hell. It's very effective against bosses. You can basically just cripple them by knocking them into frozen time, which is what I'm planning on doing to him when he next does his rotary attack. It is struggling a little bit there. No, I guess it's just because it's a game from 14 years ago, I think. Something like that. It's an old-ass game. Because it was from my childhood, and I'm old now. Let's use Team Blast. Kill! So I've done both rotors in, and as well, let's use this attack time to just deal a good bit of damage to him with Sonic. His health meter doesn't appear because time's frozen, but this is doing damage, I assure you. There we go. So we're slowly just chipping away at him here. If we head over to these little side bits. Let's see what we can do with Thunder Shoot from a distance as well. Oh, there we go, got him.
This isn't the end.
Yeah, you can really just pin them in place with Team Shadow Blast. What the fuck is that saying? Team Shadow Blast. Chaos Control it's called. You idiot, Doctor. Anyway, that was the first episode. That was the Ocean Zone. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for the City Zone. Thank you very much, and good day.